start from the bottom of the triangle. 0%, never. If you never do something, it's 0%. Then we have rarely, which is 5% of the time. Most of the time you don't do it. Then we have seldom, a little bit more frequent. We will use seldom. Then we have occasionally. Occasionally also it's only 30%. 50% of the time, if you do 50 times 50, half of the time you do it and half the time you don't do it, you use sometimes. Then we have often or often. One is British, one is American. Is 70% of the time. Then we have frequently, 80% of the time. Then we have usually, 90% of the time, and 100% of the time is always. So I'm going to repeat it. Never is 0%, rarely is 5%, seldom is 10%, occasionally is 30%, sometimes is 50%, often is 70%, frequently is 80%, usually is 90%, and always is 100%. But we are going to focus on 3 of them. We are going to focus here on never, and sometimes, and always. That's all. The rest you're going to take in the intermediate, hopefully. We're going to listen and tick. We have the conversation between Sarah and Helen. They are talking about breakfast, and we have here the names at the side. We have the names of foods or drinks that they eat or don't eat. And then we have here the adverbs of frequently, always, sometimes, and never. We're going to listen to the conversation and then we're going to tick. We have here Sarah, picture of Sarah under always, and also Helen, then Sarah and Helen under sometimes, and also the same thing under never. Okay, we have number 1, we have the first one is bread. Then we have cheese. Then we have olives. Then we have eggs. Then we have orange juice. Then we have yogurt. Then we have jam. Last one. Okay, let's read the conversation between Helen and Sarah and then tick according to the answer. Try to do it yourself. Narrator. Unit 4, Lesson 1, Activity 4. Listen and tick. Sarah. It's breakfast time. Helen. Yes, I'm hungry. What do you have for breakfast? Sarah. I always have bread and cheese. And I sometimes have olives and eggs. Helen. Do you have orange juice? Sarah. Oh yes, I always have orange juice. What about you? Helen. I sometimes have eggs, but I never have olives. Sarah. Do you have bread and cheese? Helen. No, I never have bread and cheese. I always have yogurt and jam. Sarah. Oh yes, I love yogurt and jam, and I sometimes eat them for breakfast. What do you have for to drink for breakfast? Helen. I always have orange juice. I'm going to repeat it. Okay, ready? Let's go. Unit 4, Lesson 1, Activity 4. Listen and tick. Sarah. It's breakfast time. Helen. Yes, I'm hungry. What do you have for breakfast? Sarah. I always have bread and cheese. And I sometimes have olives and eggs. Helen. Do you have orange juice? Sarah. Oh yes, I always have orange juice. What about you? Helen. I sometimes have eggs, but I never have olives. Sarah. Do you have bread and cheese? Helen. No, I never have bread and cheese. I always have yogurt and jam. Sarah. Oh yes, I love yogurt and jam. I sometimes have them for breakfast. What do you have for to drink for breakfast? Helen. I always drink orange juice. That's it. Lesson 2. Here we have to finish writing the correct name or the correct type of food or drink under its picture. Okay, we have here orange juice. So we're going to write orange juice. Number 1, orange juice. Okay, number 2, bread. Number 3, cheese. Number 4, dates. Number 5, honey. Number 6, yogurt. Number 7, olives. So you can write them yourselves. Okay? Okay, so again, number 1, orange juice. Number 2, bread. Number 3, cheese. Number 4, dates. Number 5, honey. Number 6, yogurt. Number 7, olives. Question 2. Listen, read, and write. We have the conversation here between Tom and Majid. So we are going to talk about their routines, and we're going to complete the sentences using the correct adverb of frequency. We have the adverbs of frequency are in a box, which are always, sometimes, and never. Ready? Let's go. Unit 4, Lesson 2, Activity 2. Listen, read, and write. Tom: Majid, what do you have for breakfast? Majid: I always have bread and honey for breakfast, and I sometimes have cheese. Tom: what does your father have for breakfast? Majid: he has bread and cheese, and he always drinks coffee. Tom: what does your mother have for breakfast? Majid: she sometimes has yogurt and honey, but she never has dates. Again, I'm going to repeat the conversation between Tom and Majid. Tom: Majid, what do you have for breakfast? Majid: I always have bread and honey for breakfast, and I sometimes have cheese. Tom: what does your father have for breakfast? Majid: he has bread and cheese, and he always drinks coffee. Tom: and what does your mother have for breakfast? Majid: she sometimes has yogurt and honey, but she never has dates. Number 1, we're going to answer. So we're going to put Majid blank has cheese for breakfast. So we're going to choose, what is it? Sometimes. Number 2, Ellie's father blank has coffee for breakfast. Always. Ali's father always has coffee for breakfast. Number 3, Ali's mother blank has dates for breakfast. So Ali's mother never has dates for breakfast, and that's the answer. And number 3, read and write. We are going to read the paragraph and then complete the missing words. Put them in the right place correctly according to the pictures. We're going to look at the pictures and we're going to answer accordingly. Okay, so we have here, I'm going to start reading. We have here Tom is writing about himself, about what he likes. Hi, my name is Tom, and I'm 11 years old. I love breakfast. For breakfast, I always have eggs and bread. Sometimes I have honey and yogurt. I never have dates for breakfast. Look, listen, and say. We have the sk sound, and it has 3 spellings, either SK or SC or SQ. SK like skirt, SC like scarf, SQ like mosque. Number 6. Listen and circle the verbs with the sk sound. Number 1, school. Yes or no? Yes. So circle school. Number 2, Saudi Arabia. Is there sk sound there? No. Number 3, desk. Yes or no? Yes. Number 4, breakfast. Yes or no? No. Number 5, shirt. Yes or no? No. Number 6, mosque. Yes. So we're going to circle number 1, number 3, and number 6. That's all. Thanks for watching. Prepared by Miss Ghazali.